What is going on, guys? It's Chris the Crisp here and welcome to another video, and today I will be discussing who the Night King is and what his background is. So the Night King, if many of you guys haven't watched Game of Thrones, the Night King is a fictional character in the TV show Game of Thrones, and he is also featured in the books Game of Thrones. So the Night King, which is alternatively known as the Night's King, is the leader of the White Walkers in the television series Game of Thrones. Now, before he became a White Walker, the Night King was one of the first men that was captured by the Children of the Forest. The children pressed a dragonglass dagger into his chest, causing his eyes to turn blue and turning him into the first of the White Walkers.
It was you. You made the White Walkers.
We were at war. We were being slaughtered. Our sacred trees cut down. We needed to defend ourselves.
From whom?
From you. From men.
The Children of the Forest created the White Walkers to defend themselves when Westeros was invaded by the First Men, who were cutting their sacred trees and slaughtering them. However, the White Walkers eventually broke free of their children's control and became the most feared creatures in Westeros, posing a threat to anything living. Now, 8,000 years before Robert's Rebellion, the longest winter in history fell on the entire world, which lasted a whole generation. In the darkness and cold of the long night, the White Walkers descended upon Westeros from the far north, killing all in their path and reanimating the dead as whites to fight in their armies. Eventually, the people of Westeros rallied against them, and in a conflict known as the War of the Dawn, defeated the White Walkers and drove them back into the frozen far north. With the help of giants and the Children of the Forest, the wall was raised to bar their return, and the Night's Watch was founded to guard it and guard the realms of men from the mysterious threat should it ever rise again. So now, after thousands of years of disappearance, the White Walkers were eventually spotted once again in rare sightings in the north by men. However, by this time all of the houses were involved in the War of the Five Kings, which saw a huge rebellion take place in the fight for the ultimate seat of power, the Iron Throne. Therefore, despite the reports of White Walker sightings, the men turned a blind eye to this, believing that the White Walkers were just myths and stories, and rather they wanted to focus on the war at hand. The ignorance of men worked in the favor of the Night King, as this allowed him to remain hidden and undisturbed, giving him the time to rebuild his armies and set his sights towards laying waste to Westeros once again. The Night King possesses the ability to turn dead humans into whites to use towards building his army. As shown in the HBO TV series, certain settlements in the north sacrificed their freshly born babies to the White Walkers as a gift, and in return, their village will not be destroyed by the Night King. In addition to this, the Night King and his armies also raided other settlements and used the lifeless bodies of soldiers and villagers to bring them back from the dead and turn them into whites for his army. The Night King has also been shown to possess the ability to freeze surfaces of land at an incredibly fast rate, therefore rendering him almost invincible to fire. The most noticeable victory for the Night King in his bid to grow his army and increase his strength was shown in Season 5 at Hardhome Battle. This battle was proved to be one of the highest rated scenes of the TV show. Hardhome was one of the settlements of the Wildlings, which are also known as the Free Folk, and they are a race of people who lived beyond the wall. They are more commonly referred to as Wildlings, were everywhere south of the wall. In Season 6, we get to see the raw power of the Night King and his abilities, as he is able to control the ice and possibly other elements and is not harmed by the fire. Take a look. White Walkers once again briefly appeared in Season 7 at the start, and they have been seen marching towards the wall, and it seems their quest takes them towards the south, where there may be a huge battle between men and the White Walkers once again. Now moving on to the weakness of the Night King. So despite the Night King being a true badass and a mysterious creature, there have been discussions about his weakness. Now we know that whites can be burned and killed, but when it comes to the White Walkers, the only weapon so far that has proven to kill them is the dragon glass. Now when it comes to the White King, it could be a totally different matter, because he is also White Walker himself, and the White Walkers were created using dragon glass, so it only makes sense that it is also their weakness, and could prove to be their downfall. That is it for this video, guys. Thank you for listening, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Please comment down below your thoughts on the Night King. Tell me about your theories and discuss with other YouTubers about this character and his fate. And thank you once again. Please like, subscribe and share this video. And I look forward to the rest of Season 7 and Season 8 of Game of Thrones. And yeah, it's been your boy, Chris the Crisp. Peace.